All right, you guys, I am so excited about this series. So, we're going to be doing this the second Tuesday every month. We're going to call this our foundation series. And this is where we're going to kind of go back to the basics. This is going to be a great thing. Once a month, you can count on to plug your new distributors in, but also to plug yourself into, because this is going to be a great time just to remember the basics of how we build our business, how we can build that firm foundation to grow a great business. And so I'm really excited. We've got several leaders who are going to be speaking with you guys tonight. So while I'm disheveled over here trying to figure out all my technology issues, I'm going to throw it straight away over to Laura, because you're the only one I can see on my phone. So if you want to take us away, I know you've got some tough love to give us tonight in the amazing way you always do. And I am excited to hear what you got to say.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much. And I love that she kind of forewarned you guys that I'm going to give you some tough love. And I need you to hear this. Um, Anything I'm going to say and anything I always say comes directly from my heart. If it hurts your feelings a little bit, maybe that's because you're like not doing all the things or something. All right. So, but everything I do say does come with love. All right. One of the things that I feel like we struggle a lot with, and I've heard this on a lot of different Zooms phrased this way, but maybe you haven't, or maybe you need to hear it like 20 times before it finally makes sense or finally sinks in. But one thing that a lot of leaders have mentioned is that we have two different kinds of tasks in what we do, right? We have mechanical and we have emotional. All right. Mechanical is literally just the task we need to do. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's something you don't want to do, you literally just have to do it. And I always like to think of when I was a server, I always had side work I had to do, whether it was at the beginning of my shift or at the end of my shift, sometimes both. There was always side work I had to do. When I was working like at Applebee's, I always had to marry the ketchups and everything, right? I hated that. Okay. It never failed. Something always made a mess, like all the things. I hated it, but I had to do it. Did I enjoy it? No. But was it my job? Yes. How is this any different? I understand, like, I used to hate host to post messaging, right? I used to hate it. Hated it. I was so anti host to post. And I think that came from a place where I honestly just was not working it effectively. I was not working it the way it was meant to be worked. So obviously I hated it. But then once I started working it effectively and started getting results, I was like, okay, all right, I see why. So now I don't even think about it, you guys. When I first started host post messaging, I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm bothering them. And this is so annoying. No, first off, you are trying to give them a chance to win free money. It's like handing somebody a scratch off lottery ticket. If somebody was walking down the street handing out scratch off lottery tickets, if your best friend was handing out scratch off lottery tickets, wouldn't you be a little mad if she didn't offer you one? I know I would. Like, hand me the ticket. That's all this is. We are offering them a chance to get entered into a cash giveaway, right? Who couldn't use the little extra cash? And all they have to do is help support our business by putting a quick post up. Why are we being so emotional about this? I'll tell you why. Because you have some emotions that you need to work through. But you need to do that elsewhere because right now, this is just a task you need to complete. It's just something you need to check off your list. Now, don't get me wrong, there is sometimes when we need to be emotional, like when we're talking to potential Perks members and we want to make sure we're finding the right packet for them, or we're talking to distributors, always when we're talking to distributors, because we want to build those relationships. We want to be human and all of the things. But you guys, when we're doing our task, it's literally just a task. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just do the dang thing. And and I'm saying this because I used to not do the things. I mean, I usually did just because, like, listen, I'm very red personality and I'm very money driven and results driven. And so if I know if I send out like 100 of these messages, I'm going to get a couple enrollments and earn a bonus, you better believe I'm going to go do it. But you need to figure out and understand that your why needs to be so big that you're not going to care. I actually just the other day, one of my distributors, I don't see her on here. Her daughter and my daughter actually go to the same school, and we were meeting outside of school and to pick the girls up after school. And she was like, how do you handle this? How do you deal with this? She was referring to some negative comments she had gotten and how she was so afraid to send messages because she kept getting some negative feedback. And I can only say this once, but I will probably say it 1,000 times. I was like, I don't deal with it. Once somebody is negative, I don't care if it was my best friend from kindergarten, my cousin, my sister. I will block my own mother if she's going to be negative on my Facebook page, okay? She won't. She loves all my stuff because she knows I also earn bonuses on Facebook. So she will go love out all my things. But you guys, that's how I deal with it, is I don't. You have to figure out and accept that nobody else's opinions are going to pay your bills. Somebody tried getting in an argument with me one time, say what I do is a scam and this and that. And I know we all probably heard that, okay? You're not the first. It's not going to be the last time. Some people just don't have the brain capacity or the brain cells to understand exactly what it is that we will do, yet they will sit there and appreciate and love and support celebrities who are marketing products that they probably don't even use themselves. But you're sitting there and you've lost 25 pounds, have better energy, and are supporting your family, but they don't want to support you. We don't care. We don't need to care what they think. This is a business. Is it a life-changing business? Yes. Mariah's always talked about making it a legacy business, 100%. But in order to get to that level, you need to separate the emotions out of the things that there is no need to have emotions in. You don't need to have emotions to send out host post messages. You don't need to have emotions to send a reach out message. Do I like cold messaging? No. So I don't do it. I don't really teach it. I will send some warm reach out messages. Like if somebody's viewing my product story slides all the way to the very end, yeah, I'm gonna reach out. Like, hey, hope I'm not bothering you, but I saw you viewed some of my product slides. You know, I have a few spots open. Would you be interested to see if, like, in hearing some info? That's it. That's a warm message. They're watching my stuff. They know what I'm doing. I'm not just reaching out to any random person. So, but you guys, that doesn't take emotions. The only time I feel we should be emotional is when we are actually telling our story, being authentically us, and talking to potential distributors, because they're not just potential distributors, they're potential teammates, they're potential friends, they're potential lifelong people who you are going to grow and build this legacy business with. That is where you put your emotions. So many of you, and I'm just assuming, okay, I know, don't assume things because, you know, making, yeah, but I'm going to assume because I feel like it's a common thing I've always heard in this business and in this industry is so many of us just get in our own way. We let this like 6 inches in between our own ears keep us from achieving what we want to achieve. And this is even just in this industry. This is in life, you guys. Take this with what I'm saying with everything in life. Have a goal, know what you want, be very specific. And when I say be specific, I mean, I know my one car, we have 2 cars. My one car, we have $427.38 left to pay it off. That's happening this week because I'm going to go earn some bonuses. Know exactly what you're going after. Know exactly what that goal is. And it needs to be big enough to where you won't care what your next door neighbor who's following you on Facebook is going to say. Because they're not paying your bills. And if they can't understand and respect that what you're trying to do is to better a life for your family and they don't see your vision and they don't believe in what you're doing, then bye. You don't need that negativity. There's enough negative people in the world. Why surround yourself with them? Take the emotion out of it. Just do the task. That is like my key things. And I gave some recommendations on the East Region page the other day for books, okay? Because I know Mariah's going to talk about some self-development. So, but on this topic, you guys, that we're talking about, I have a few I want to recommend. First off, if you are within your first 30 to 90 days and you have not listened to or read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, please go do so. You don't got to buy it. Go to the library, okay? Library cards are free. They got these wonderful things called books, and they're free. You just got to bring them back, okay? They also have ebooks, audiobooks, all the things, and it's free. Go get this book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Okay. Because I guarantee you, when you started this business, you had a broke and poor money mindset, and you need to fix that before you can achieve anything. So go listen to that. And then if you want to chase big goals and you want to do it quick and you want to do it fast, you need to go listen to the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And if you are struggling with exactly what I'm talking about and you're afraid to message people for the love, go listen to the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. That book changed my life. And that book is the one book that I have probably listened to 7 times. And it's the one that unlocked this in me. This ability to just do the things. Because you can't sit there and say, you want to go ruby, you want to go emerald, you want to go diamond, you want to earn all these bonuses, you want to do all these things. You want to earn what they're going to announce next week at Green Carpet. Oh my God, it's next week. I'm so excited. You can't say you want all that if you're too afraid to send a message. Nobody's ever died from sending a message. They can't reach through the phone and choke you up and be like, girl, you're annoying me. You know what? They have this unfriend and this block button. It's really easy to find. If you don't know where to find it, please reach out to me and I will show you. Okay? But I love you all. And I say all that because I struggled with it. Please, please, please. If your goals are big, small, medium, I don't care. Whatever it is, you're here for a reason. Get out of your own way. Because the road is open to you. You're the one putting the construction barrels up. Knock them over and just go after what you want. And that is all. I know I talk. So, and I know we have a few more things to talk about. So I'm gonna stop myself there, Mariah.
Well, that was so good. And I like how we talked about the mechanical versus emotional, because you guys, 9 times out of 10, if you're not seeing the growth in your business you want, it's because you've crossed those. You know, we're taking a mechanical task and we're putting emotion in it, or we're taking an emotional task and putting mechanics into it. And when those lines cross, that's when you find yourself in a trench. That's when you find yourself in a rut. That's when you find yourself not growing as quickly or in the direction you want. And so when we can just even those out, like Laura was saying, you had to do all of this stuff at work, at whatever your job is. Like, there's things that you don't want to do. I hated answering the phone. And there was times that I would have to answer the phone at work and I hated it, but you know, I still did it because that was my job. It's what I had to do. You joined this business because you wanted something. You didn't join just to have a willy-nilly, cool, I did this thing. You joined because there was something that you needed in life. You joined because plan A wasn't getting you to where you wanted to be. So stop allowing the fear, like Laura said, no phone call killed nobody, no message killed nobody, okay? Stop letting the fear of what if they say no keep you from finding the people that will say yes. Because I promise you, I've probably heard this reference, but like, you miss every shot you don't take, okay? You will not build your dream business. You will not build a successful business living in the fear of even asking. Because you got to think, did you just up and decide that this business was for you one day? Or were you asked? Did someone approach you because you commented on a post or you hosted a post for someone? The chances are you didn't just up one day and be like, you know what? I want to join It Works. Let me go on Facebook and see if I can find someone who does it. And I'm going to go message them and do this. There's a very slim chance that you guys did that. The thing is, you were asked because someone was brave enough to care about you and your potential future. That's all we want you to do. Is we just want you to be brave enough to reach out and care about someone's potential future, whether it be helping them win a giveaway, helping them get healthier, helping them make money. Guys, you have so much power in all avenues of what you're doing when you're sending those messages, when you're getting in the conversations. I just want to urge you, just close your eye, hit send. And it may feel scary and uncomfortable, but then guess what? Do it again and do it again and do it again. And before you know it, you're 5 years down the road with a booming business. And you don't even have to think about it. It's like the gym. Like, if I go into the gym, I'm gonna look real freaking awkward trying to work out on some of those machines if I've never seen them. Okay? Like, I'm gonna feel real freaking awkward sending the first message. But if I keep going to the gym, if I get a personal trainer, AKA your enroller, if you get the support after so long, you can teach people how to go use that equipment at the gym, the same way you can pass on how you've overcome the fear to grow and push forward in your business. So, Macy, I am excited for you to hop in here because We just talked about getting in some of those conversations, doing the scary things, but there is another side of that, you guys. You have to be building good content on social media. And I know that we have the content library to make that as easy as possible for you guys, but we can't stop there. You still got to do some of this on your own in crafting your social media account. And Macy's going to come talk to you a little bit more about posting.
Okay, so first I wanted to talk about branding yourself. So basically say, I don't know, say Sally follows both me, Mariah, and Laura, but we're all posting the same exact thing every single day. But let's just say like Mariah, she goes and posts about like what it's doing for her, what the products are doing for her. That person most likely is going to go to Mariah because she's sharing her story, she's sharing the emotion out, like she's not just copying pasting every day. Now again, copy and paste is okay, but you want to make it more personable so that people relate because they buy you, not the product, not the business. And so a little bit of how you can brand yourself, you want to take 3 to 5 pillars about yourself. And basically that's just categories that describe you. So, for example, mine would be faith, fitness, traveling and adventures, and family. And so you can even break those down to even more categories. So like for faith, I could do like my friend got baptized a few weeks ago, so I could post about that. And then like every morning I usually post like a Bible verse. For fitness, I could do me working out, or I could post me like making a protein shake or my coffee in the morning. And then like travel, we're gonna be going to Greek carpet. I could post about that, or adventures like going hiking, or I don't know, going to the beach to bike ride and all the things. So anyways, find 3 to 5 things that truly like, whether it be a hobby or just something about you, whether you're a mom, a dog mom, whatever it may be, find those things and make sure you're posting about them. Don't always post it works post. So if I go to your page and I don't see a single picture of you, your family, or anything, and all I see is it works product, it works business, it works product, most likely people are going to just look at your page like it's commercial, and they're again not going to connect to you. So make sure you're posting yourself, all the things. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just staying consistent. So choose what works for you. I think that 2 to 3 posts a day on Facebook works for me, and maybe like 1 to 2 TikToks a day, all the things. But if it's only 1 post a day, then do what works for you. And so again, I want to kind of explain, like, if you're doing 1 post a day, don't just do product that day, then the next day you do product, and the next day you do product. Make sure one day you're doing personal, the next day you're doing a product, the next day personal. Or like again, if you're doing 2 posts a day, do 1 personal, 1 product, the next day do 1 personal, 1 business. Always make sure that you're posting yourself again and just finding those pillars that work for you. And the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about is make sure you're not just sharing other people's posts all the time, because again, that will just blow up your feed. And again, people want to buy you. They don't want to buy like the products. They don't want to like look at your page and then all they see is just a bunch of random stuff. Say you found like a Bible verse that you like, don't share it. Save it to your own phone and then post it yourself so that people are sharing it and spreading your content rather than you spreading other people's content. I hope that makes sense. But that's all I got.
Yes, that is so good. You guys, if you could, when you join this business, if there was a way for me to come into your phone and like just make the share button go away for you, I would. There's so often that I see new distributors coming in and they feel, or they are doing all the right things. And they're like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm not getting traction with my post. And I go look at their page and I'm like, honey boo, I don't even see your post. Like, where's a post you put up? And I've got to scroll for 10 years through what you shared this thing and you shared this thing and you shared this thing. Like, your potentials are not going to do that. No one's going to go to your page and scroll. I wonder if they posted about a product today. I wonder if they're talking about, they're not. They're going to look and they'll be like, this is unoriginal content. I'm not even like, okay, cool, go on with my business. And then on the inverse with the Facebook algorithms, it's a mystery. Okay. We don't understand Facebook algorithms, but we do know a couple of things. And when you are sharing content, Facebook deems you as unoriginal. So then they're not going to push your content out because you're not making anything new. Why would they? That's already out there. Versus when you're putting up your own content, Facebook wants to promote original content. And so it will be seen more if you are putting things up yourself, not sharing things that other people have already posted. I cannot tell you that enough, okay? Do not hit share. Do not do it under any circumstance. And I also want to mention in here, we have so many resources in the content library, you guys, but that doesn't have to be law. If you see something in there and you don't like the wording of it, please change it, because there's stuff in there that I would never say these things. Like I don't call people sis. If you hear me say sis in a post, you can text me and be like, girl, you need to drink another cup of coffee because you clearly are copy and pasting right now. Okay. Because that is not me. That feels weird even to say it's not me. That's not who I am. I'm not doing that. So I'm not posting that. That's not how I talk. And so make sure you can change everything up. No, nothing is set in stone. And we do have lifestyle posts already in there. So like Macy was just talking about, having posts that are not It Works related, not business, not giveaway, not products, lifestyle, just you talking about that. And we have so much content in there from different people, different points of view, things that we use, so that hopefully you can find lifestyle content. Because I know that's sometimes really hard. You can get behind the idea of posting a product or posting about the business because there's a point. But what else am I going to post about? And so having that lifestyle content in there to choose from and use as a reference is amazing. But guys, it is not meant for you to copy and paste that by itself. Okay? That defeats the whole purpose. That is not eye-catching. That is not anything. That's just words on your Facebook that your audience really probably is not even going to take the time to read. Add your own stinking photos. You guys look amazing. Most of you that have your cameras on that I can see, you guys are hot stuff, okay? I want to see your faces on social media. I don't want to see just white text. I don't just want to see color backgrounds. I don't just want to see your dogs, okay? I want to see your face. Put it out there in front of people, because I've seen in the chat, people of you guys talking, your people are thinking oh, this is a scam, or oh, your page has been hacked, which you just got started with something brand new. People are going to not understand what's brand new. Okay, that's fine. That's normal. But one way to help counteract that is to prove that it is you by showing up, by putting your face on your social media, by being you still. When it comes to posting, you guys, I love to tell my newbies this, but you don't want to make grandma mad, okay? You did not just join this business to now be an It Works robot to just advertise everything left and right. Grammy should be able to go to your page and still learn about your food and what your kids did in the first day of school and what your haircut looks like and whatever it is that your life is doing. That still has to be part of it. I don't want this business is not your identity. You didn't hit start my business and then now got a whole new social security number that's just It Works because that is your identity. It's not the case. You're still you. And like Macy was saying, guys, I can't tell you how many people that have joined me as distributors who flat out told me that they are talking to other It Works distributors, but they joined with me because I'm the most consistent, because I'm the most real on my page, because they know who they're getting in with. Okay? And it's not to toot my own horn to say I'm better than whoever else they were with, because the good chance is I probably wasn't. But I'm more consistent and I'm more me. And you know what that is? That's duplicatable. That's not you being in this business and having success. That's you being you. The you you've always been. You didn't have to do anything different, but continue to be you and to be you consistently. That, guys, that is the secret sauce in this business. It is consistency. It's doing the things when you don't feel like it. It's doing the things when it's hard. It's doing the things when you don't see the results. It's doing it anyway when you don't feel good, when you're tired. It's doing it anyway. When you're consistent, you build on top of things. When you are inconsistent, you never get off the ground. You build here and you're inconsistent. You build here and you're inconsistent. But when you do it daily, you stack on top, and that's when you build quick, immense, great, large, all the big things. Success is done through consistency. So Hannah, I'm excited for you to come here and talk a little bit. I know you did last month. You talked on this too. So you guys, that just goes to say she's got it figured out over here. And I like it because I know you're going through a different season right now. With you just started homeschooling again. And so Hannah's going to talk to us a little about scheduling, prioritizing your business, but at the end of the day, getting it done anyway. And I like it because this is something that she's in the trenches with right now. And she's kind of had to rework some to get her own flow going. So I'm excited for what tips she's got for you.
Hi guys. Okay, I'm like all fidgety over here because I sit on the floor every week on these Zooms. It is the only lighted up place in the house at night. So that's why. But someday I'll have my own office and it'll be great. Okay, so yes, time management. I love it. I love talking about it because I struggled with it so much. And there's a lot of new people on here. And I know for me, when I got started, I was so excited and wanted to just get it all done. I had like an infant and a 4-year-old. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I was so excited, but it seemed like so much to do. And it took me a long time to get it figured out. But I finally got like a system that really works for me. And I'm able to get all my work done quickly and efficiently just by focusing on individual tasks and then working them intentionally. So right now, like Mariah said, I'm homeschooling my 5-year-old. So she's officially in kindergarten. She's ahead. It's great. My 1-year-old, I am working on weaning because I'm going to green carpet. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And she's this next level of insanely cranky. It's like she didn't have her coffee. And I'm like, I can't imagine not having my coffee. So I feel horrible for her. But so for the past like 2 months, I've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning. That's like kind of what time I'm like, at least I'll have a half hour before my youngest wakes up so I can get some work done. My first shift of the day. And really, I can get my first shift done in 30 minutes. That's not a long time. And I've already got a third of my work done for the day in 30 minutes, which is insane. But my daughter has been waking up at 5 here and there lately, and that's driving me crazy. But so like this morning, she whined a little bit, which woke me up at 5:20, and I don't get her on the first whine. I'm gonna wait a few minutes, see if she goes back to sleep. But I jumped up, started working like right away. I'm like, I gotta get my first shift done. And I got it done. I think I said I had my first shift done before 6 o'clock this morning. And I was like, cool. Now I can get up with my kids and not worry about my business until nap time, which may be like probably 6 hours away. That's a good chunk of time to just be like, I'm not at work right now. And in that time, I'm probably not responding to messages either. I'm totally present with my kids. And in that time, I'm homeschooling my 5-year-old. We're having a good time. We're bonding because it's not all school. She's just in kindergarten. So we're sewing too, and we're doing like the home ec stuff too. So anyway, it's really just comes down to working intentionally and then kind of figuring out a schedule that is going to work for you, for your day, depending on whether you have kids or not, depending on whether you have a part-time or full-time job or not. You've just got to figure out what your average day looks like, and then figure out where you can work in those slots of time. For me, I don't really sit down to work unless I have at least 30 minutes that I know of. Sometimes it goes crazy, but you don't have to have 30 minutes. You can be like, okay, I have 10 minutes. Well, you can get a lot of work done in 10 minutes. So I can get all my messages sent out in about 10 minutes sometimes if I'm working intentionally. I'm like, I'm not responding to messages, I'm not even looking, I'm just sending messages. For 10 minutes, I get a lot of work done. So you just got to figure out what works best for you and write yourself a schedule, get a notebook, see what your day looks like. It's easier having it on paper to kind of look at sometimes. So I would recommend that. But yeah, that's what I got.
I love that. And I love that you said that you focus on one task and then you work intentionally. And I think those two words are so important because a lot of times, even with our task list, guys, the shifted task list, breaking it down so simply, you're not sending 75 post messages, you're sending 25 at a time. But even then, looking at that, sometimes that can be overwhelming because you have that whole shift and you're like, what the heck am I going to do? Like, there's so much on this shift, all 5 things, but like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what time I'm going to have. I don't know, XYZ. Focus on one task, like she said. Pick the first one. Go in chronological order on there if you got it. First thing, post. Okay, do that. Don't even look at anything else. Focus on the one task. Post. Cool. Work intentionally. Don't go scroll in the content library. Go search something. Don't go scroll on Facebook. Go post. Work intentionally. It takes like 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. If that's it, boom, task done. Now go on to another. Go send friend requests. Cool. Don't go scroll through Facebook. Just scroll. Go find your people. Go send your friend requests. Focus on one task. Work intentionally. Boom, you're done. And you can construct your business so simply around your life. If you go to the bathroom at work, it takes 30 seconds to a minute to post, you guys, right? I'm pretty sure you're going to pee for at least 30 seconds to a minute, right? You can put up your post. Or maybe you can go send out friend requests, or maybe, you just know what tasks you have. And as you do them more consistently, you guys, you're going to know how long they take. You're going to know that Hannah said she can get most of her messages out in a good day of working intentionally in 10 minutes. I didn't tell her that. She learned that because she's been showing up for her business. And so she knows that if life is crazy and she's able to get 10 minutes, she knows what's going to be the most effective use of that 10 minutes. And it's just because, not because she's special or anything like that, but because she shows up for her business. The same way you can show up for your business and you can learn your business. Because your business is going to be different than ours. Your business is going to be different than Laura's. Your business is going to be yours. Maybe you send friend requests in like 2 seconds. Maybe it takes you a couple minutes to be able to get friend requests. Maybe you're in a different season with friend requests and you need to be super selective and you're trying to grow in a specific niche. And that takes 15 minutes to send out your friend request. You've got to know your time so you know how to best use those small pockets that you do have during today. I thought it was so good. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about before we hop off here, because I know we're running a little bit over today, but I wanted to talk really quickly about personal development, because this isn't something that's on our newbie shifted list. It is a little bit more so on the other one, but it's something that I really want to dive into super quickly about what is personal development and why the heck do you care? Because I know when I got started and someone was like, you need to do personal development, my thought was literally, I was like, I'm a pretty developed person. I think I'm good. Okay. Like, I think I'm good. I'm really self-aware. I'm fairly positive. Like, I think I'm good. And so it's something that I neglected in my business for years, you guys. I did not get consistent with personal development until October of last year. Okay. I haven't even been doing this thing for a full year yet in consistency. Okay. It's taken a while. So let me tell you one thing to help you spare you some of the crap I've been through. 4 years of my business of it building and falling and building and falling and building and falling is because I was building on sand. Because that's what personal development does. It hardens the sand. It turns it into solid ground. It roots you. It grows you into someone capable mentally for the level you're going to. Because the thing is, you guys, you are not. Like right now, you are not the you have to be to have the goal you want. You have to grow. And it's not just like it works thing, a business thing here. It's a life thing, you guys. And we are constantly growing. But if you're not intentional in your growth, a lot of times we grow in the wrong ways. A lot of times we almost grow in the icky ways, in the insecurities, in the doubt, in the anxieties, in the depression, in the frustrations, and all of these things that the world likes to put in our face. That's where we grow in. Because you guys, I'm coming from someone who struggled with depression and anxiety my entire life. Okay. It's something that I've always had an issue with. And the world tells you that it's normal. The world tells you it's a scary, sad place to be. But I want to tell you, when you can start controlling that, when you start like rewriting it, you can find so much more solace. You can find so much more joy, so much different direction entirely, because you took the time to develop your person. Unless you are absolutely perfect, you need personal development. And guys, I'm willing to take a bet here that none of you are perfect. I know you're pretty close, but I still think there's a little bit of room where we can grow. And so what does that mean? What can you do for personal development? So guys, this looks like podcasts. If you need a good podcast, Grant Cardone has one that's amazing. You could pretty much any author that we recommend also probably has a podcast. Okay. But, oh gosh, Your Virtual Upline, that's the word. That is my all-time favorite podcast. I am obsessed with him. It is just so good. Your Virtual Upline, because it deals directly with our industry. It is so good. There's so many amazing ones out there. I'm just gonna give you two really quick. Another thing we can do is read a book. Go back to school, right? Read a book. That's how you learned originally. Maybe we should keep that going, right? Because the average millionaire reads, it's like 4 to 6 books or something like a month, where like the average person reads like 1 to 3 books a year. Okay, I want to do what the millionaires do. Okay, I want to make the money like them. And if they're saying that reading and growing their mind is a key component to their wealth, to their financial gain, I want that. So I'll go read a dang book. And if you guys are like, well, I can't read, I'm just not a reader. Cool, go listen to it. You know, I'm not telling you that you got to pick up a freaking book and hold it. I like holding books. I like highlighting. I'm a big fan of highlighting, but I do like audiobooks as well. And if you guys, again, you're like, well, I can't afford books. Guess what? Like Laura or Maisie or Hannah, someone said, go to your library. Okay, go to your dang library. It is free. And if you're like, well, I'm not going to remember to return the book, don't even check one out. Just get a library card. Go download the app Libby, Libby. You sign in with a library card and you get access to free ebooks, free audiobooks, all the things right there on your phone. Looky there, guys. Absolutely no excuses to be growing yourself. Another great way to be doing this is to be deepening your faith, spending time in God's word, rooting yourself in gratitude and learning, because at the end of the day, that is the best source of it all. And I want more of that in my life. Give me more Jesus. And so when you take the time to deepen your relationship, that can only lead to better and bigger things. And another thing, last thing, is we can journal. I love journaling, and there's so many components to it. And you guys, if you're like, I wouldn't even know where to start, I believe in simplicity. Go on Pinterest and look up journaling prompts. You can do journaling prompts for success, journaling prompts for boss babes, journaling prompts for financial gain. And you'll literally be given questions to then go journal about. For me, every day I write down 5 gratitudes and I frame them specifically. And I think this is like part of the power in it. But I don't just write, I'm grateful for X, Y, Z. I always write, thank you, God, for X, Y, Z, whatever that thing is, to make it a little bit more personal. I write out a mantra, something I've been saying and speaking over my life for years. Just all of my little pain points wrapped up into one sentence where I take power back and speak life into it. I then write out a memory verse. I pick one verse every month that I want to speak over my business and my life. This month it is Psalms 37:5. If you guys need one, that's what I'm doing right now. And then I go out and I write a bunch of affirmations. I think affirmations are one of the single best tools to like unlocking potential you didn't even know you had. I remember I was talking to Hannah about this a couple months ago. She was pushing for Jamaica. And I was like, girl, I want you to go write affirmations about this A couple days later, she's like, Mariah, I feel like you just gave me like sorcery. Like, this is magic. These things that I'm saying, all of a sudden it is happening and I don't understand. So don't try to understand. Just know that there is power in your words. And we speak so negatively over ourselves without even knowing it so often. So I want to challenge you to do the opposite and intentionally speak life over things. If you're sitting there saying everyone thinks this business is a scam, talk about that. Write that down. Everyone knows I'm authentic. People want to support me. Literally speak into the insecurities, the pain points, the struggles you're having. If you're not getting host to post up, everyone I talk to posts for me. Every post I get up gets a ton of comments. Anytime I talk about the giveaway, everyone wants to enter. If you're in conversations, but you're feeling like you can't close the deal, talk about it. People come to me. Everyone I talk to wants to join. People want to upgrade every order. I only sign big orders. Speak life into your business and into yourself and your life. And I promise everything will change if you can get it very like crystal clear and very specific and very committed to doing personal development every day, you guys. It's insane what can be done for your life as well as your business. So that was a real quick on that. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to add, I'm so glad I wrote this down on my little paper I chicken scratched because I completely forgot. But you got to ask for help. That's one of the biggest foundation things in your business that I feel we skip over. You got to ask for help. Because the thing is, there is no successful person. There is no millionaire who does not have a mentor. There's no one with success that doesn't have someone to have help from. And I'm not saying you need an upline for those of you guys who have been around and don't have one. I'm saying you got to find someone. There's someone in this business who cares about you. There's someone in this industry who has an answer. You will never get to the next level doing the things that are not getting you to the next level, right? We try to do these things and do them again and do them again and do them again. And we're like, why is it not working? But the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting a different result. When you see someone having the wins you want, ask them how they got there. Ask them. Next week, our Zoom is going to be at 8:30 instead of 9:30. It's going to be a little bit earlier. We're going to test run this, you guys, because I have a feeling that we may be shifting our team Zoom a little bit earlier. Some of you Central, I don't know. We're going to play it with you guys and see. But I know a lot of my team is wanting to go a little bit earlier. So we're going to test run that next week. And we have an amazing guest speaker. And it's because I asked. Because I had a question. I have an issue in my business. And I was like, who do I see out there doing this? Because I can mass enroll. And I can mass enroll by normal standards on all fronts, but not for me personally. I can either sign a whole heck of a lot of distributors or I can sign a whole heck of a lot of customers. And so last month I had a huge month for myself. I signed 21 distributors and like 22, 23 customers, which is a lot. But I didn't see 20 customers as like an average for me. So it wasn't mass enrolling, wasn't pushing it. And I was like, how the heck can you possibly do both sides of this? And so next week, Samantha Bowers is coming to teach us exactly that. She ended last month with 20 distributor enrollments and 43 customer enrollments herself, not counting her team winning as well. And I want to know how. I don't have an upline. I have the excuses of I don't have someone to ask. But the thing is I'm willing to swallow my pride. I'm willing to put my ego aside because I know I've got places I want to be. And I know that I'm going to get there standing on the shoulders of giants. If you've heard John say that, I know that the people who have done it before me, guys, the people in this business, they want to help. Your upline wants to help. I want to help. You have to be the one, though, to go out and ask. And when you're starting your new business, it cannot shake it into you more. It is so important to not isolate yourself. It's so important to not think you have to do this alone, but to ask the questions. If you feel funky today, tell someone. Say, I just am getting a bunch of no's and it's getting in my head. Tell someone because we dealt with it. If you're struggling to get the host to post and you're like, I don't freaking understand how these people do it, and then you just keep going on and not doing it, ask. Someone will teach you how to get the host to post up. Someone will teach you, or at least help an attempt to teach you. You don't have to go through any of this alone, you guys. There is always going to be someone willing to help. There's always going to be someone willing to step beside you, get in the trench with you, and help you navigate and get to that next level. You never have to face anything here alone. And if you feel like you are facing it alone, I mean it with love, but that is your fault. Because we love you and we want to be here for you, but I am not a mind reader. And Laura is not a mind reader. And Macy's not a mind reader. And Sandy's not a mind reader, y'all. We need you to come to us. We are so willing to partner with you. We're so willing to help you through every little thing. But you've got to be the one to reach out with the questions. You're always going to find someone. And if not, keep messaging till you do. You're going to find someone willing to help you through whatever muck you're in. So make sure you're taking the time to ask. So that is it for tonight. I know I mentioned it quickly, reiterating it. Next week will be at 8:30 Eastern instead of 9:30 Eastern. I'm really excited about our special guest. It's going to be a really, really awesome call. So I can't wait to see all of you guys on there. I will put a graphic reminder out probably Monday and Tuesday next week, since there is a time change, to make sure you guys all remember. But I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm going to go ahead and pray us out. So dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this space where we get to come together every week and grow in our mindset and our knowledge of this business, of ourselves, and hopefully grow a little bit closer to you as well. I'm so thankful for everyone you have on this call. I believe they're here for a reason. I believe they're going to move mountains in their business. And I believe that they are going to truly reach and impact so many people. I pray that you strengthen their resolve as they are trying to navigate their new business, relaunch an old business, or just continue fighting forward. Strengthen their resolve, bring the right people in their paths, allow their seeds to grow and flourish, the harvest to come, the rain to fall. And we are just so thankful for all that you are doing here. And we're ready to ride the wave. We're ready to do everything that we can to go out and reach as many people as we can. And we are so excited for all that you're doing here. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys. And let me stop the recording.